Hi, Simple Life Ministry, Lana here, back at you with another video. The last video I talked about country living, and I told you how I want to do country living now here in Jamaica. And I told you about how I was doing country living in Canada, and I've been praying for over a year now and just praying, and I forgot my 3 P's, my 3 P's plan, which is to pray, plan, and prepare. And so I just want to come back here with a follow-up to that, to let you know that, there's so much individual inner work that we need to do in order to get ready. And others would say, why do we have to go to country living? Why should we go? And we should go for so many reasons. Even the number one reason that I am thinking of is the food. Did I mention to you the last time that I went to the market and I actually came out not buying anything because what people are telling me that they're doing with the food, every time I look at it, I am seeing the signs of what they're saying, and I just couldn't do it. And my husband said to me, he said, Lorna, you actually came out and buy nothing. I said, yes, we need to go to the bush now and plant, because it's terrible, And he said to me, but you used to buy the thing and not think about it when you didn't know. I said, but now that I know, it is so hard for me to go there and actually buy these things not knowing. So we need to buy. A friend sent me something. It's from the Review and Herald, and it says, listen to it. It says, Satan gathered the fallen angels together to devise some way of doing the most possible evil to the human family. One proposition after another was made, till finally Satan himself thought of a plan. He would take the fruit of the vine, also wheat and other things given by God as food, and would convert them into poisons which would ruin man's physical, mental, and moral powers. Oh, God help us. And so overcome the senses that Satan should have full control. Satan has succeeded in turning the world from God. The blessings provided in God's love and mercy, he has turned into a deadly curse. And so this is what people are doing. And, I see that we planted some pumpkins, and someone said to us, did you fertilize them? So we said, no, we didn't fertilize. There's no fertilizer on our property. And he said, but if you're having a pumpkin now that is weighing, 10 pounds. He said, you could have pumpkins that are weighing 15 pounds and you could get so much money from it. But we're like, no, we do not want to use it. And even though it's going to bring in more money, it is not the way that we choose to go, because money is not all. And we want to know that when we are selling people things, if it may have some worms bite on it or something like that, but at least we know that, we're not going to put any spray or fertilizers or anything on the things that we're planting. They may come out smaller, but God will do the increase. God will make up any shortcomings that we may have. And so, when you think back on from the beginning, God placed Adam and Eve in the garden. And so every time you would read about the prophets or the seers, they would talk about them coming from the mountain or them coming from the country. So Adam and Eve started in the garden. Enoch was living in the mountain, and he was, going into the cities to, even at times, Sister White would say, he bring people from the cities up into the mountain with him, which we may have to do at times too. We may call upon to go in and bring people. We're not going to the country to hide. We're going there to get out of the cities so we can do character building and so we can have a closer walk to God, with God. And so Adam, Enoch, even Jesus used to get up early in the morning and he would go up to a solitary place. And believe me, I've been to some country areas here. So when he talks about the solitary place, I'm thinking about a country area where you could hear the birds and the bees and you could see the beautiful. The other day I said to my husband, look at these nice butterflies. Oh, they're so pretty. I could stand there and just look at them, and they were coming all over me, all over my face. And he said, those are the same. They were caterpillars. They're the same butterflies who were caterpillars that eat up your callaloo. And I said, oh no. But I'm still thankful, even though they did the callaloo such a bad job. I'm still thankful for the butterflies. They were so beautiful and so pretty. So he was saying it's the callaloo, the juice, the food from the callaloo that gave them. So I'm happy that they could have gotten such richness and still leave some for me to eat and for others to share. So we will find answers from God when we are out in nature. We can commune more with him. We are one with him. I remember quarantining in Canada the other day, and I could just go out and do my early morning walk. I could go out and have my worship. Because I've been there already too, I am more earnest in wanting to go back. I am in here. See how many videos I do here, because there's not a lot of variety of places for me to do it. Living here to do my videos, living here, and I'm diligently, I'm praying and I'm planning and I'm preparing and asking the Lord to make the way, because he's the way maker, and because we just have to trust him. We want to go out there to the country so we can build our characters, we can plant our food, we can do our canning, our preserving, our dehydrating. It is such a blessing for those of us who have done it before, and for those of you who are wondering how it's gonna be. Do not worry, do not fret. Just go out with faith. We need to have a perfect body for us, and being in the country will give us that. It will give us, when we have all our dependency on God. We are eating the right food, we're breathing the fresh air, we're drinking the right water, and we're not relying on the city, on the system. We're relying on God. So God is gonna be our all in all, and so therefore, we will get higher and higher in Jesus. And so I just want to come on here and just give you another encouragement words. There's a song that says, I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my hair, the Son of God. And so that is what it feels like being in the country, the country air, the where you can have that oneness in God, with God. In the city there are continuous evil. I'm not saying that. You may say to me, are you saying if I'm in the country I'm going to be lost? That's not for me to say, but there's a greater chance, because there are people who are running to the country who can still get lost from the country. But there's a greater chance of you being saved in the country than being saved in the city. So get out, go with God, pray, plan, and prepare, God will make a way as long as you are willing. God, just pray about it. Pray about it, and like I said, pray, plan, and prepare. And you're thinking, oh, I don't have any money to go. But whatever money you're having now, you're making it work, right? God is helping you to make it work. So God will help you to make it work just the same when you go in the country. And because you are willing and you're following Him, He will make it even better. That's the kind of God that we serve. And so we have to go in faith and go believing, So pray about it, and then prayer comes with works. So when you pray, you're going to start looking. You start looking, and so you're going to talk to friends, talk to people who have already moved out. You're going to talk to realtors. You're going to go to the country, and you're just going to look while praying, and not just prayer, but prayer and fasting. Just keep on with faith. And I think about all the noises that are in the city, and it's the opposite when you go into the country. And I think about Noah, and I think about the faith that Noah had. Noah went with faith and with works, because God told him to go, and he went by faith. And the works that he went with was when he started building the ark. So we're going to go because God said to go, and our works will be in planning, in packing, in getting rid of or what we want, and in looking for the place that God wants us to go, because God have a special place for everyone. And so prayer and faith goes with works, and you have to believe in the promises that God has given to us, because He's not going to send us anywhere where He does not plan to help us or to deliver us or to save us. That's the kind of God, I could say that all day, the kind of God that we serve. So, Simple Life, let us put our foot in the water. Let us get our foot wet up with the water. Let us not just sit down and expect everything is gonna come to us without us putting in any work. We can't sit down and praying for something without actually putting in the work in order to get it. And when I said let's get our foot wet, I remember the Jordan, when the children of Israel was to go over. They started to walk, they started in the river, they started getting in there with faith. With faith, you got to step in. You got to step in. Peter stepped in the water, and it's just because of fear, and he wanted to show off with his friends. He looked back, and then he started to sink. So when we step in the water, keep praying, keep looking to Jesus, and He will continue to make the way for us. And so there's certain things that we need to pray so hard about, and one of them is appetite. And here, let me read here in Luke 17:26. And so as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. So eat and drink, marrying wife, we're just going about. We know it's not the time, Simple Life, for us to be going around with our everyday or regular. Things are not regular. Things are changing. And so we need to get ready, get moving. Don't just continue to eat and drink. If we're eating something that we're not supposed to eat, now is the time to get rid of it by prayer and fasting. We cannot be comfortable where we are. We got to get going. We got to move out because the time is now. So appetite is a big thing, and appetite was what allowed the Israelites them to fail too, telling Moses that they want to go back because they want to have the garlic and the spices and all the things that they miss. Appetite with Eve. Appetite, appetite is a big thing. We got to pray and fast about it. And the devil used it with Jesus too. It used it when Jesus, after he was baptized and he went up into took him in the mountain, and he was promising Jesus all of whatever if he would bow down, and promising Jesus food because he knew he was hungry. The audacity of him promising Jesus something that didn't even belong to him. It rightly belonged to Jesus in the first place. But he's just too presumptuous, and he will try to keep us where we are too with that same presumption, but God promises to take care of us. So don't let the evil one tell you that you are okay where you are. If you have been if the Holy Spirit is moving upon you and telling you that you need to go, pray about it, plan about it, and prepare about it, and get going about it with faith, believing that God will take care. There's another part that I want to, the other thing I wanted to talk about is worship. Sometimes we don't want to move from the church that we are, because we are so glued to our church family that is hard. But if God say go, go. Because I'm telling you, remember in Revelation, he talks about the churches and all the problems with the churches. If God say go, he will make another way for you to worship. We will worship him in spirit and in truth more. I want to talk to you about Hebrews. In Hebrews, the Hebrews is such a wonderful chapter, book. It talks about faith. It said, by faith Noah, by faith Abraham, by faith Isaac, by faith Jacob, by faith Moses. There's so many people that it tells by faith who step out on faith, trusting God. And so let us by faith put our names where those names are. By faith Lorna, by faith Margaret, by faith Viv, by faith Natalie, by faith Ingrid, put our names where those names are, and go out in faith, knowing that God will make a way because you're following him, and he promises that he will. And take it from me who have been there. Simple life, this is not the way. The way I'm living right now, being right here, is not what I want. And every day I get up and I pray and I say, Lord, help me, because I want to go back to what I had. I want to go back to live the way you want me to do, what you want me to do. It's constant prayer, constant fasting, constant believing, and trusting in God. He will open the windows of heaven. Somewhere in Malachi it talks about how God will open the windows of heaven and pour us out a blessing. And we're always thinking of money. We always want money, money, money. But it's not just with money. He will give us the land we want. He will give us the provisions, everything that we may be short of or we think we need. God will provide. God will make a way. So, Simple Life, thank you. Thank you for tuning into this video. Thank you for subscribing. And like I said, just continue to pray, continue to plan, and continue to prepare. And you will see how God will open up the doors, open up all the channels for you to make a way for you. I will put the scriptures in the description of some of the scriptures that I have read, and I hope this was a blessing and that this will help you on your search, on your journey to country living. Have a blessed day. Bye for now.